Hello everybody, that's urgent news from Russia. I'm on vacation, so sorry for the picture, for the quality. A military coup in Russia or disinformation for the enemy, disinformation of the enemy. First part of news. Today, the head of private military corporation Wagner Group, Wagner Corporation, Yevgeny Prigozhin. He is actually included in the list of terroristic sponsor of terrorism. So he's a bad guy in the eye of European Union and United States. He's banned on YouTube, but it's a very important guy in Russian politics, in special military operation between Russia and Ukraine. Prigozhin released a video where he reports on the genocide of Shoigu, the Minister of Defense of Russia, and the command against the Russian people on both sides on the barricades. So Prigozhin underlines that Ukraine and Russia, Ukrainians and Russians are brother nations, and this special military operation has some problems, and it was some kind of right idea in the beginning to solve some political problems, but not to make a slaughter of our people, not to make so huge losses for Russia and Ukraine. And now Prigozhin says Shoigu, Russian heads of Ministry of Defense, made the genocide, kill so huge number of people with no reason. You must understand that Prigozhin is close to Putin, man who close to Putin, and Shoigu, on the other hand, close to Putin too. So it's an interesting combination of power, of inner Russian powers, of Russian politics, and that situation is unique for Russia. Usually the Russian politics, politician system is something united, something strange. It's a few centers of power, but the real steps, real reasons are usually united. And Mr. Putin himself, President Putin, made the real important decisions. And today, situation looks another. It seems Prigozhin tried to make the politics, the decisions by himself. Next part of the news. There is information that Shoigu is preparing the arrest of the Wagners under the pretext that they refused to sign a contract with the Ministry of Defense, and Putin himself supported this. So the week previously, Ministry of Defense made important news that everybody, included the Wagner people, included the Prigozhin people, have to begin to make their commands and sign special contracts with Ministry of Defense. And now After that, in the previous week, we saw interesting speeches from Prigozhin, who denied that idea, that situation, and Putin tried to solve the problem, solve the conflict between the Shoigu and Prigozhin, but nothing happened. And now Shoigu, it was rumors, gossips, yes, that Shoigu prepared the arrest of Prigozhin and his people. Part 3. Information appears on Wagner's channels that they were fired at by their own from the positions of the Far Eastern Front, Ministry of Defense. Not Far Eastern Front, no, from the positions of Russian army. Today, after the Prigozhin's movie, a week after that conflict about the change of official relations between Wagner Group, Prigozhin, and Ministry of Defense, today the Wagners has been, but it can be lies actually, it can be some kind of spatial information operation, just a fake, but Wagner, Prigozhin showed a picture that they have been attacked from Ministry of Defense. Private military corporation Wagner has been attacked from Ministry of Defense of Russia. Actually, it was not the first time. It was few conflicts, armed conflicts between them, not only information, but armed conflicts on the front line between Prigozhin and Shoigu. But today, it was another level of conflict, another level of arguing maybe. Okay. 4. Prigozhin declares that he has begun a sweep of the command, although the president and other state institutions will continue to work as before, as usual. So, Prigozhin, as his answer on that aggression from Ministry of Defense of Shoigu, Prigozhin ready to strike back. His channels right now, right now I'm not in Russia actually. I'm on vacation, so sorry. It's 10:30 on my clocks, and right now, last piece of news what I saw on Telegram channels, Prigozhin said that Shoigu has left very rapidly, really fast. He tried to hide for his anger. So, was it a try of military coup in Russia, or what is it? It's a question. And last piece of news. Against the background of such political cataclysms, the controllability of the front may be lost, and the enemy, on the contrary, may rush into the attack and fall into a trap if this is all staged. So, this day, I believe, will be marked in the history. Today, Russia or Ukraine, that night, Russia or Ukraine can get huge success on the front line. So if Shoigu run away, and front line from Russian side lost the controllability has been lost. It can be the fall of Russian front line. If all that just a fake, just a beautiful picture to manipulate the Ukrainians, that can be the great success for Russians. But as for me, I deeply in Russian politics more than 5 years, few videos every day on my Russian speaking channels. So it's first the deepest conflict inside such a powerful Russian politicians. So Prigozhin can become the next leader of Russia. That can be the beginning of military coup. So let's see. What do you think? Please write under the channel. On these pictures, you can see the leaders of Ministry of Defense. It's Shoigu in the center, and his nearest officials. And here is Putin and Prigozhin. So the history happening on between in front of us. And the last one, just yesterday, Mr. Barack Obama, the previous ex-president of the United States, said that Russia had reasons to reunited with Crimea. And is it a coincidence or something more? Is it a game of global elites? Please like if you like, share, comment. Thank you all. See you later.